That's a fact. I keep doing these lives with this thing like that. It's interesting. I don't normally do that. Was listening to some old Duke, wait, O'Shea Duke Johnson just now. Man, did he give me something to think about? Still got him in my car from yesterday.
In 1,000 feet, use the right 2 lanes to turn slightly right to stay on Harlem River Drive. Use the right 2 lanes to turn slightly right to stay on Harlem River Drive. Continue for 2 miles.
Big Elvis the chef. Thinking about O'Shea Duke Jackson today. He was talking about, what was he talking about? He was talking about this whole Jonathan Majors and how Jonathan Majors it appears to be losing a lot. He's losing management, he's losing PR, and is being canceled from everything from commercials with Army, and also being canceled with his superhero movies that he was doing or allotted to do. I'm unaware. I don't really watch superhero movies other than Batman. I'm into Batman. I'm not into, like, Wolverine, and those are X-Men, right? Wolverine, the X-Men. Even though I like Wolverine and his brother, always keeps making me think of my brother and all the issues that we have. What you gonna do though, right? So that's one of the reasons why I don't like the Wolverine stuff. But I know they have the Marvel Universe stuff. I'm not into Thanos. I'm not into Iron Man. Just Batman. Only into Batman. No Spider-Man. But anyway, Jonathan Majors. He is, I know he's stressed out of his mind. I know he's definitely going through a lot. I know he's going through a huge time in his life. Everything must look crazy. And everyone is saying that it's because when you're a black man, you have to be very careful having these issues with the white woman. So if we got a white woman who's alleging that you put your hands on her, then you as a black man are going to have less as far as like the ability to fight it than a white man. So like a white man gets to fight the allegations, where a black man gets to lose everything while he loses everything. I don't know. Scary. It seems to be true. I mean, it's the narrative that's the narrative, the narrative is being pushed, but we cannot pretend that we do. Let's not pretend that we don't see the propaganda against the white man. I mean, all the white women that I see, they hate white men. They talk so badly about the white man. All the feminists in Red Hook and all the feminists in, Bushwick, all that parts of Brooklyn, all that area, they talk so so grimy and evil. Like, the white man is just this horrible creature. So the argument could be made for Jonathan Majors. Oh, so I guess the argument truly is that all men are under attack. It's not just the black man and this white woman situation. It's that white man will be under attack as well. If we look at everything, they're going to make the white man, they're going to take his career away as well. It's an attack on men more than an attack on the black man. But, O'Shea, I'm used to him going in that direction, and I'm cool with him going in that direction. I'm here for it. But what he said towards the end of the video just had me like really
in 600 feet, turn right onto West 207th Street.
Had me really looking at my life like, yo, you are fighting to have a boss. I put my $2,000 down on my application fee, and then nowhere in the application fee
turn right onto West 207th Street.
I had to be on nowhere did it say that I had to be debt free in order to get my license. So they're talking about that because I have, I'm an entrepreneur, so it's possible that, I might have a lien or two. But,
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Major Deegan Expressway.
When you're an entrepreneur, these things happen. You fall behind on certain bills. I remember, I'm not going to get into any of that, but I'm in debt. And I have some debt. And it's not in the hundreds of thousands or anything like that, but, it's a substantial amount of debt. And could I have done more to stop this from happening? Of course. Come on. We all, in hindsight, could do better. And then a lot of times we got your pride in the way, and you're like, F that. You had a business partner, it didn't work out. You're like, F that. You never know. It's a lot of different things. I'm not trying to act in any way, shape, or form that I'm just this victim in any way. But O'Shea had me really thinking about something that Dr. Daniel Lewis was talking about the other day when him and I last spoke. And it's like I have a good thing going, right? How long will this good thing last? How long will this, I've been doing this 10 years. So I've made the adjustments to to move in the lateral movement of, in this space with my ghost kitchen and my new venture, which is, it's just like a summertime thing with the kids. I'm thinking about doing ice cream. 4 flavors of ice cream, 2 gallons each, and put the ice cream out there with the nice big display case, and the display case has wheels, and then it'll have a button, and you press the button and it'll be able to move. You'll be able to actually move your whole entire display case with a push of a button. It's been done before. It's nothing that I'm doing, but I'm just trying to get to see logistics, what's going to happen. But ice cream is needed in Red Hook now that Ample Hills closed down. So you have a place that closed down that was making, $5,000 a day. I'm not trying to count their money, but they average $5,000 a day. So I want in. That's a fact. I want in. And I'm not going to do all that, file for this and file for that and file all this paperwork so that I can then have no way of winning, because all my money went to fees and this and that, and all my friends, they're so broke, and all that. I don't need all the bullshit. But my whole point is that I got a good thing going right now. And it's like the doc was talking to me the other day, and he was like, yo, man, he was just like, how much money do you think you're going to make with this legitimate dispensary, like, you're going to be paying 80% in taxes. 80% goes to taxes, even though.
Turn left onto Major Deegan Expressway, then take the Major Deegan Expressway ramp on the left.
Even though I've noticed that the dispensary world have been making a little bit of changes, because people will walk into a dispensary, the 3 dispensaries that are open here in New York, and one joint is going to cost you like, $30 damn because of taxes. 1/8 is going to cost you something like $90 with taxes. So everything is so highly taxed, and then you have to pay the rent, the brick and mortar space. Then you have to pay security, mandatory security, mandatory. I think it's even armed security. So I have to mandatorily have armed security in my space, mandatory. Then I have to pay Con Edison, mandatory. And Con Edison and me, we got a little beef, but I'm sure nothing, it could be resolved with a nice check. Even though that thing that happened with me and Con Edison, listen, when you're an entrepreneur, you got a lot of drama that, a lot of things can happen. It's not easy, especially in this town, especially when, you go down to your box and you're like, whoa, what's these wires coming in for the last 2 months? Somebody's been robbing me for my electricity, and that's why my bill is like $6,000. And you tell Con Ed, and Con Ed says that's your problem because you're a business. If you was a home, then that's our problem. But you're a business, that's your problem. You have to do everything you have to do, including put cameras up. Not only do you put cameras up, you have to then put up a whole entire metal box around your thing. But then what happens when they break through the metal box to get to your power? And now you got beef with the dude who was stealing his shit. Now he wants to get rah and ray because he was doing something and he got no respect for nobody around him. So now you walking around heavy because somebody's trying to take your Con Edison, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're a business. So I digress from that. But that's like that picture I just painted is a super realistic picture. Something I've been through trying to be legit in America. Being legit in America ain't easy. And it's like what am I doing? I'm over here. I'm in debt, trying to get out of debt. I don't want to
take the Major Deegan Expressway ramp on the left, then merge onto I-87 North. I
don't want to step to no hustlers and be like, yo, I'm up for the next, for the dispatch ones. I'm gonna bring you in. I just need to get out of debt, so I'm gonna hit me off with X amount of dollars. And what are the assurances like I'm gonna get? I mean, there's no reason for me not to get it. It's only because of the debt. The debt is the only issue. I fill in every box. I'm a legitimate businessman who's been arrested for selling cannabis 3 times. Okay? The state of Connecticut put me in jail for 30 days for it. Okay? I'm the cannabis guy. And you wanted a person who knows business, who's paid 99 people. I W-2 people who knows how to work payroll. I've done payroll. Who knows how to work, I know how to motivate the crowd. All these different things that I'm good at. That pushes me to the head of the front of the line. The debt is what's messing me up. So I need to clear my debt. So I'm just uncomfortable stepping to somebody like I'm not uncomfortable stepping to somebody. I just don't want to bring in the wrong person, a person that doesn't understand investments and business. They're going to be like, yo, when do I start picking up some check? So when do I start picking? Then they walking in there acting like they're the boss and all that. Like, I need a mature person who's looking to do some investing. And, you start doing the numbers and it's like, I doubt if anyone in New York, dispensaries, who's owning these dispensaries, is going to make over $150,000 a year. They pay, and this is, wait. We're talking about has to be $1 million business. Has to be. You cannot make anything less than $1 million. Okay? And you got to do that. 80% goes to taxes. The 80% doesn't go to your rent, doesn't go to your security that you're forced to hire. Doesn't go to your Con Edison, which is the electric bill. Doesn't go to heat, which are you going to heat the place electric or you're going to heat the place gas? Now you got staffing hire to do this job. Gotta have nothing to do with what's going on. Well, that might be just food. You see, the way the restaurant and the food business goes is they don't want me running to the back to make your food, bagging your food, and then you paying me for the food. So in New York, it's called workman's compensation. So you have to have workman's comp. Workman's comp is how many people you have working there and what protects these people, kind of a thing. You're not allowed to basically do everything on your own. So somebody has to be in the register. So now you got somebody who has to work. Okay? Who's going to work? Right. Minimum wage in New York an hour. Okay, we're going to hire this person for 40 hours. Anything over 4 employees, I have to then provide health plans for. Okay, so I got to try to now keep this business at under 3 people. And if I got the 4th person, boom, I got to pay health insurance. I can do like Walmart does and give everybody part-time work to stay away from that full-time, but I'm sure somebody's going to want to work full-time who's worth anything, or else I'm just going to have a bunch of people just in and out. Now these people know my whole business, and they're going to think they can go run and do it. Because they're going to see, oh, I know where Mr. Elvis is going wrong. I figured it all out. Let me get out of here. Let me get fired. Let me... so now you have all that.
In 2 miles, take exit 4 towards Central Park Avenue.
So I'm fighting, wait a minute. You telling me I'm fighting for this? I'm fighting, pay this money for this thing, and I'm fighting to take 20% of the money that's being made. How much money do I need to make for me to make $100,000 from my pocket if with the 20%, I have to then pay investors. So if I have a person take me out of debt, they're going to get money from the 20%. And I got to get paid for the 20%. And I got to pay rent for the brick and mortar who's going to charge me minimum $25,000 a year. I mean a month. Minimum. $25,000 a month. Minimum. It would be foolish for a landlord to charge you anything less. You telling me you're going to open up the 4th, 5th, or 6th, or 8th, or 9th, or 10th legal cannabis dispensary in New York City? And I'm only going to charge you what? Come on. I am charging you $25K a month minimum. How much money do I have to make a day to make the $25,000 a month? If I took $200
in a quarter
a
mile,
day,
take exit 4 towards Central Park Avenue.
And the $200 a day goes to the rent, that's only $6,000. So now if I put $400 a day to the side, that's $12,000.
Take exit 4, then take the Cross County Parkway ramp.
That's $12,000 if I put $400 that I make every day to the side. Okay? $800 a day. $800
Take the Cross
a
County
day.
Parkway ramp, then keep left at the fork.
I will need to put to the side every day to pay the rent at the end of the month.
Keep left at the fork. Continue for 3 miles.
So we talking $800 to $900 a day has to be put to the side to pay the $24,000 a month rent. Say what now? Say what now? How many ulcers am I gonna get? How many ulcers am I gonna get trying to make sure that I got the $900 to the side per day, and that is not paid with the money that it's only paid with the dimes. It's only paid with 20% of the business. How's this real? And I'm fighting for this. I'm fighting for this stress. And then what happens when a smoke shop opens across the street for me, or right around the corner for me, in a better side of the street than me? Now I'm competing with these guys. The only thing that I got going for me is that there's so much propaganda about don't smoke nobody else's stuff. We at least check it. We check our stuff. Long time no see. How are you? Yeah, we do our due diligence. You're going to get the healthy stuff. Okay, so there's enough propaganda that we're going to get everybody, all the geriatrics. But then they have to be rich because of their geriatric, and they fall for the the propaganda that's being pushed. Then they have to be affluent. They have to have money just to even come into your space, because all the rest of the other old people are gonna just be like, I'll be all right. I know the difference. I can taste it. I can smell the difference. You're always gonna have that group of people. But O'Shea Duke Jackson was talking about Jonathan Mayers and just saying, dude, if you don't own anything, you have no power. You still got a boss, you got no power. And I was just thinking, I'm going to go from being a boss for the last 20-something years of my life to now be under somebody's... stressful. What's up? How are you? Virgo Smith. What up? How are you, man? Yeah, I'm just talking about this cannabis world in New York and how they telling me that I need to
merge onto Hutchinson River Parkway North.
They're telling me how I need to get out of debt. If I get out of debt, then they're gonna... I'm in the door not until I get out of debt. And I owe some money to some people. And I'm trying to pay it, of course. But, there's only so much I can do, Only so much I can do.
Hutchinson River Parkway North for 1 mile.
It's like... It reminds me of like when a person goes viral, they pay all their bills real quick, because they don't want people to pull up their info, and they're like, this dude is he's a scammer. Look what he did. Look who he owes. He He owes Con Edison $8,000. Anyway, even though Con Edison will give me a meter, that's not the problem. I'll just have to pay, I have to put down 5 G's for Con Edison.
Mile. Take exit 9 for North Avenue toward New Rochelle, Eastchester.
Did I go the wrong way? I feel like I did. I never get off exit 9 though. Oh yes, I do. No, I don't. I thought I get off 8. Let me double check. Excuse me. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I'm not going the way they want me to go. I'm going my way.
Onto North Avenue.
I think I'm gonna turn her off. She gotta chill. But I'm just trying to get my head wrapped around like going from not being under anyone's.
Take exit 11 toward Hutchinson Avenue.
I'm not under anyone's. I can do what I want to do, and I'm a success. So now, do I then stop what I'm doing to take on this? I don't know. And I also got to keep it real. Here's the thing that crossed my mind is that I keep saying, okay, yeah, I'm probably going to be making for the first couple of years in the dispensary business. I'll probably make $80,000 a year for the first couple of years until it starts to build up. And what I'm gonna make some amazing people. I'm gonna get and I'm gonna meet people that can get things done. Whereas, like me, I'm a bit of a dreamer. I'm the guy who always has an amazing idea or an amazing, some way to something that's necessary. I always try to find a way to reinvent the mousetrap, to make the previous mousetrap obsolete.
Mile. Take exit 11 toward Hutchinson Avenue.
And I'm not spitting like I'm just some amazing person. I've heard this, I've heard this being said, so I'm only repeating. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it still applies that
11. Then turn right onto Hutchinson Avenue.
I just know that I don't want to.
To Hutchinson Avenue.
It's something interesting that they said to me when I was doing all this application stuff, when I talked to the people. They said the number one reason why cannabis operators fail is because they're never at the cannabis business. They're never there. And I'm thinking...
Mile. Turn right onto New York 125 North, Weaver Street.
Like, they kind of like let it run on its own and they try to check up on the books and all that. And I understand that you need a personality. You see, that was one of the reasons why I had to leave the pizzeria business, because it seems like if I'm not there, the business it's not going to work. People want to see, even though nowadays it's a little bit more delivery. Everything is Grubhub, so...
Right onto New York 125 North, Weaver Street.
I was part of that Grubhub world. I used to have, Grubhub and what else do we have? We had a few things. We had a couple of different things going on at the pizzeria. But my whole thing is that it appeared that in order for us to really make the money that we needed to
continue on New York 25 North for 1 mile.
I had to be there. And it's like, I hated that aspect of it. It was a job, not a business. But this is what they want you to understand. When you first get into this thing, they kept saying, you always got to make sure you're there because the community wants to see you. And it's like, okay, I get it. I get what they're trying to say and get what they're trying to do. But look at me, I'm still working, because I can't be there. Because if I only depended on that, then it wouldn't work. It has to be the 10, 11 years of business that I bust my ass and put down that's going to make it work. Ooh, beautiful trees they got there for sale. And I just don't, my thing is that I'm not saying that I'm not going to try to get out of debt. I just don't think I want to take on a partner to get out of debt. And if this is what stops me from getting in the door, then so be it. Because the last thing I need is to be trying to hustle, killing myself at 350 pounds, sticking around a business. And what about my day business? What about my delivery business that I've had for 11 years? Pay taxes on it as well. Don't forget that. What happens then? What happens? What do I have to do? What happens? That goes away, and that just dissipates into what? The ether. And then someone else comes aboard. Who's gonna come see these clients that I have in Scarsdale? Who's gonna be there for these good people that are sick, cancer, understanding, compassion, conversation, that I've invested so much of my time to secure? What happens to these people if I have to be there so much? It's scary, man. Like, to just think that I'm like signing up for some possible BS, some possible, like, I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. But I just took a minute out just to talk, before I saw my next client, and you are appreciated, and I love you, and thank you for listening, because I don't know what I would do without my clients. They're like everything to me. I'm over here fighting for this opportunity to possibly do what? Make less than I'm making now? What's going on? What am I doing? To make more than I'm making now? Is that even worth it? We know the first thing is not worth it, but the latter is not worth it neither. I don't know. Thanks for checking in, y'all.